Merry Christmas to all! I hope you guys are having a great time celebrating your chosen sun god today. If you understand some of the esoteric significance behind Christmas, it actually has everything to do with the axial tilt of the earth changing, more light beginning. But you can go watch Zeitgeist for more information on that one. Anyway, don't let this video distract you from your present opening, but I did want to talk about Julian Assange's Twitter, some things regarding Q today, and a whole lot of other stuff. So I felt that it was important enough to do a quick update here on Christmas. So anyway, we're going to discuss Q first. And the very interesting thing regarding that this morning is this post right here from the Department of Defense. I'm actually going to show you. We'll begin here. So on the U.S. Department of Defense's Twitter, at 5 a.m. this morning, they said, "Merry Christmas. Did you know several big military events have happened on Christmas?" And they actually posted this picture of George Washington crossing the Delaware River, and this event was on Christmas. 2 days ago, what was Q's very last post? This one, that very same picture. And this was posted, as you can see here, December 23rd, and the DoD is now posting that same picture. So, as if we need more corroboration showing us that Q is legit. Definitely is. So big, that's just interesting right there. And check this out. If you scroll down this post here, you can see everybody's comments. Q, Merry Christmas, Q, I'll be damned. All this QQ, all these posts on this DoD. Somebody asked, what is the DoD? That's the United States Department of Defense. Literally corroborating the last Q post. So, yeah, and again, all of these comments. Beautiful. Beautiful, right? Awesome stuff there. And that's what I wanted to talk about regarding the DoD. Now let's talk about Julian Assange. So this happened last night where Julian Assange's Twitter was taken down. It went offline. Don't know if he took it down purposely. Don't know if Twitter deleted it. Now this morning, it got put back online. So Julian Assange's Twitter got put back. And when it got put back, now there's a lot of stuff we're going to talk about in regards to this. When it got put back, this is the picture that was posted, right? You can see 3 hours ago, it's a picture of Santa looking at WikiLeaks here, and he's got a good and a bad list, as if he's going onto WikiLeaks and checking out who's good, who's bad based off that, right? Well, check this out. So Julian Assange's Twitter, before it was taken off last night, he had, or I should say, he was following one person. That was WikiLeaks, one page. Now, Julian Assange is following 25 people. Let's check out who these 25 people he's following are. Let's see. A lot of stuff in regards to the UN, Department of State, the United States Department of State, Pope Francis, some pages from Ecuador, a couple from China, a lot that have to do with the United Nations. All right? So this is weird. What is he saying? Are these a bunch of bad actors who are going to be outed by WikiLeaks? Or something to that regard. Who knows? Is there going to be some drops soon involved where, don't know, UN's going to be outed, the Pope, right? That would be good. And then he posts this afterward. It's a video of a corgi dancing. Pretty cute. But it says just 2018, as if we should all be real excited for what's going to happen next year. So, it's quite interesting. And it also goes to note that before the Assange Twitter account got taken offline, he had over 600,000 followers. Now it's back up there. It looks like a lot of his followers are coming back. But when it was reinstated this morning, he didn't even have 1,000. It was at like 200 or 300. But then these posts came back. So it looks like everything's coming back to normal. Shoot, what if his account got taken offline by himself just to get the publicity behind it so people began looking at these things and looking at these connections, right? Some people are also now commenting, and I've had seen this elsewhere, is that the corgi could be referencing the Queen Elizabeth because she has some kind of obsession with corgis, and somebody just commented she's had corgis for decades. That'd be a neat little shot, neat little message there, right? So not only that, but let's now go over to the U.S. Navy Twitter page. So on the naval Twitter page this morning, you can see this is just about a couple hours ago. They posted this, and it said, "This morning, an inadvertent keystroke." I hope you all can see this. Zoom in a little bit. This morning, an inadvertent keystroke by an authorized user of the U.S. Navy Office of Information Digital Media Engagement, big way to say the social media folks, caused the trending term Julian Assange to be tweeted from the Navy's official Twitter account. And then they said the inadvertent tweet was briefly posted for a few seconds before it was quickly deleted by the same authorized user. They're specifying that it was authorized user, right? It wasn't some disgruntled employee like what happened with Trump's Twitter. But anyway, the inadvertent tweet was sent during routine monitoring of trending topics. Okay. Sounds pretty freaking weird, though. All right? That stuff is, I'd imagine, triple and quadruple checked before it gets sent out. So, inadvertent tweet, right? Odd. But check this out. So, back to Julian Assange's Twitter. We're not done with this. Julian Assange posted that naval tweet, right? And we'll go up here to the very last. This Julian Assange retweeting this from WikiLeaks. So, WikiLeaks said, "Here's a screenshot of the deleted U.S. Navy Christmas tweet about Julian Assange. Note the use of quotation marks. U.S. Navy, quotation marks, Julian Assange." I don't necessarily know how you inadvertently post that if you're scrolling through trending topics, right? I can scroll through trending topics right over here and not accidentally tweet anything pretty easily. Check this out. Here's the kicker. Look at the profile picture from this questionable person, whoever found this, whoever took a screenshot of the Julian Assange thing. Look at that. What picture is that? What picture is that? One more time. What picture is that? Right? It's crazy. What picture is that? Same thing. So what kind of messages are they trying to send us? What's going on with Julian Assange? What's going on with the Navy? What's going on with the DoD? Right? When I hear all these names, Assange, DoD, Navy, I think of, wow, these are all groups or people that are very involved with this, quote, alliance that's trying to take down the deep state. So yes, somebody commented, something is coming. Something is absolutely coming. And could this reference to a military engagement, right? Did you know several big military events have happened on Christmas? What if something's going down right now? Behind the scenes, right? What if something's happening right now that we might find out about in a couple day or two? Some of these Q posts of timestamps and whatnot over the past few days have looked like they've been referencing that it looks like a countdown, right? It looks like something could be counting down, and some Anon posters on 8chan have speculated that this countdown could be ending on tomorrow or the 27th. So there's a few interesting things there, right? More connections. There's one last thing I want to note before I move on to the last couple things. Boom. Here's a Q post from December 22nd. It says, "Future news will unlock more of the message. Missing eye confirmed." Somebody was speculating that the missing eye in Q's post was iridium, and the iridium that was supposed to be on the SpaceX missiles that were shot up was missing. And that was the code that Q was giving us, like, hey, the iridium is missing from the SpaceX shuttles. Well, here's an interesting thing. In this Navy reply right here, if you look, there's two incongruencies. When they said the U.S. Navy Office of Information's Digital Media Engagement Team, Check out how they spell digital. Digital. They put an extra I in there. Is that the missing I? Do you see it? Do you see it? Boom. Not only that, but in this tweet down here, they said the inadvertent tweet was briefly posted for a few second. No S. Where's the S? Few second. And let me tell you, if the U.S. Navy is going to be posting things, there's going to be spell check, and they're not going to get things wrong like that, right? No coincidences. So one of the Anon users on the Chans speculated that that missing I has been recovered, and that S was the satellite that iridium was on. The U.S. Navy could very well have grabbed that satellite with the iridium out of the ocean. Someone said missing I is code. Exactly, everything is code. The S and the I. So maybe, right? Maybe. We just have to put the crumbs together as best we can. Try to make that full loaf of bread, right? So who knows whether that S was supposed to not be there and that I was supposed to be there. So lots of connections here regarding the DoD, Navy, and Julian Assange Twitters today. Very interesting. Now let's just roll through the last few things. This is going to be a pretty short one. Somebody mentioned that Seoul, there were actually no flights going out of Seoul, South Korea this morning. I found this news story that said foggy conditions force cancellations, delays at the international airport that's in Seoul over the weekend. And they were saying that it's some extreme foggy weather. Okay, could be, right? Could very well be. But if you look at the flight tracker, this is real-time flight data out of South Korea here. I hope it's still going to show it when I refresh this for you guys. Yes, it still shows 2 actually. There were 3 earlier. There are 2 currently. Flights with no call signs in South Korea. Don't know if this is connected in any way to these behind-the-scenes events that are occurring. Maybe they're getting some of the bad actors out of North Korea, right? Don't know. It's very odd for planes to have call signs and for that to coincide with that airport. It wasn't evacuated, but all the flights canceled. So that's just odd occurrence. And then last few things we'll go through. I mentioned this story yesterday in my update of the Telegraph reporting that the existence of UFOs proved beyond reasonable doubt, says former Pentagon's X-Files chief. Now, my premise was last night that they're continuously circling these stories to just drill this shit into our subconscious. Not our subconscious, our conscious mind. So they're continuously drilling these stories into our heads, and they're getting more open. They're getting more ballsy with them, right? Now they're saying, holy shit, it's proved beyond reasonable doubt, and they're even linking it to X-Files. Well, this story on the Telegraph was from yesterday, a full week after this whole story first broke in the New York Times, remember? And not only was this story printed in the Telegraph, but again, one news site gets it or prints it, it gets circulated around all the other ones. It's like they all have phones directly into each other. They all get the same stories to print. Newsweek, exact same thing. UFO existence proven beyond reasonable doubt, says former head of Pentagon alien program. This one was yesterday on the Newsweek. Let's see, when was the Telegraph one? The Telegraph one was the 23rd. So on the 23rd, Telegraph does it. Same damn headline. Newsweek does it yesterday. Same damn headline. Check this one out. Somebody says the Navy has Assange. That could very well be. Because there was, backtracking here, there was a story about men breaking into the Julian Assange's, one of his lawyers, I believe, and it was like a very well done, essentially break-in, hit job. Not hit job, he wasn't hit, but somebody broke into his offices. So yeah, maybe Julian Assange does have some cover right now. But back to this UFO distraction. I wanted to go to the Independent today. Existence of advanced UFOs beyond reasonable doubt, says ex-Pentagon official who ran secret U.S. government Program A. Same thing. And this article is literally just from an hour ago today on Christmas. So every day they're reposting this article or coming up with some reworded version of it to continuously distract us and continuously keep this shit in our heads, right? But here's the thing. I've said this before. Said this on my Twitter. I continuously say this on my Twitter and on my YouTube channel and everywhere I can because it needs to get into people's heads. UFOs themselves are not a hoax and they're not a distraction, right? The topic of extraterrestrials and UFOs and secret space programs is crucial. It ties into everything. It ties directly into Pedogate, ties directly into the Luciferian beliefs of the deep state occult elite, right? It ties into all of it. And it's crucial into understanding new physics, cosmological, our cosmology, right? Our understanding of the universe, zero-point energy, all of it. But here's the thing. The UFO stories going on right now in these mainstream media outlets, those are the distraction, right? That's what Q was referencing. Q was saying, yes, these stories are the distraction. UFOs themselves, I'm telling you now, are not a distraction. Granted, right now, with everything blown up on 8chan and with the storm and all that, it's tough, it's difficult for a lot of people to fit UFOs into their belief systems and to research that, right? It's a topic we'll get to in time. There's more, I don't want to say important things because it's all connected and it's all important, but there's more, what word am I looking for here? Pertinent things, we could say, to research and to get out there, right? Everything on 8chan with the storm, with the FBI imploding. There's a lot more stuff, we should say, earthbound, earth-based. We have to research and get out to the masses before we start delving into the UFO extraterrestrial phenomenon, because that's such a deep subject. It's very difficult for a lot of people to come to terms with because it goes up, it brushes their belief systems. They get a lot of cognitive dissonance, right? If they're caught up in like religious or scientific dogma, this could be a very confusing subject. And right now as a society, we just don't have time for that. We've got to get on with taking down the traffickers of guns and drugs and humans and organs and, all that stuff. So I'm just telling you now, UFOs are not a distraction. It's important to research, but we'll get to that issue in time. Right now, let's focus on more important tasks at hand. But for me, I just love talking extraterrestrial, secret space program stuff. That's kind of one of my fortes. So I'm going to continuously seed that in and, never underestimate the power of planting a seed. It'll be in a lot of people's heads. So when we get to that point in the future, they can be like, oh yeah, I remember that, this point, this dot connects. So anyway, and then one thing here I want to make note of, each of these articles is referencing this video that was allegedly taken by the U.S. Navy in 2004 from a Hornet of a UFO, right? Each of these has the same video. Plenty of people, I'm sure you've seen this video by now. John Lear, who is the son of the inventor of the Lear jet, he's a prominent researcher in the UFO field. He did a good scientific analysis here of this video, and he calls it total bullshit, which reading his analysis here makes a lot of sense as to this video being BS. And that's likely why it took them so long to put this video out, right? Tom DeLonge was like, oh, it'll be another couple weeks, and then we'll drop this big bomb on you. It's probably because they were just fabricating this video, right? Bringing up like iMovie and Photoshop and trying to make a really bad rendition of it. I don't doubt that this video is fake. Again, UFOs aren't fake. This video, these articles, are part of the PSYOP. And John Lear here says basically, first thing he noticed was ambient noise. It's supposed to be sounding like wind rushing against the aircraft. But there should be no wind noise because the microphone is hidden inside the oxygen mask, which shields your face and does not let any ambient noise in. Makes total sense. Then the pilot's conversation using dude and bro is not Navy jargon. Fighter pilots talk in short, clipped sentences. It's one thing I thought reading the, or watching that video was like weird, you know? Bruh, dude, bruh, Navy fighter pilots, bruh. They're not going to be saying those things. One pilot says something like, the wind is out of 120 degrees at 20 knots or something like that. Why would he... Let me zoom in here. Maybe you can see a little bit more of this. I can't. Oh, there we go. Anyway, it says, why would he bother to tell the other pilot that information? The other pilot has that information on his HUD, his heads-up display. It's a stupid remark to put into the script. But understand, it was put into the script because they needed to give the video a frame of reference for people watching it that didn't really realize that this is faked, right? And let's see here. It's also discussing how in this video, you can see that the UFO is totally still in the middle of the frame. But look at this. It's banking. The whole jet, the Hornet, is banking. So how in the hell is he banking so perfectly to keep this UFO in the direct middle of the frame this whole time? You know, it should be like, if it was actually banking, the UFO would be like all over the screen, right? So anyway, his analysis is good. This video looks like it's fake, makes total sense. All of these articles are just part of a big old distraction of a very managed disclosure. And just by looking at the comments right now, it looks like there's so many psyops in play to really confuse the shit out of people around the UFO subject, which is why I'm going to keep talking about it, because we got to learn. We all got to learn, man. And then last thing I want to share with you guys is this just article that really makes me pissed off, and I hope it makes you pissed off. Came out of CNN yesterday on the 24th. It says, this Syrian baby lost his eye to war. Now people are covering their eyes in solidarity. Look at this bullshit. So apparently this Syrian baby lost his eye to the war, right? And now look what everybody's doing. Oh my freaking gosh. Look at it. Look at everybody covering their freaking eyeballs. Look at this. Look at this. Oh my God. Look at this. The freaking white helmets. If you understand anything about the white helmets, they're such a big smoke screen. What was that woman's name? Investigative reporter. Eva Bartlett? She totally exposed the white helmets. Awesome. Awesome reporting by that woman. But look at this freaking stuff, man. If you know anything about Illuminati symbolism or Cabal symbolism, I just want to pull up this picture right here. As Q said, their symbolism will be their downfall, and they're putting it right in front of our freaking face in CNN with this child here. Look at that. Look at all the symbolism that comes out of the freaking occult elite. It's just awful. But at the same time, I mean, it's getting so blatant that you literally cannot deny it. Just look at that. It's awful. Frank Ribery, come on, man. Either you're, what some would say, an organic idiot, or you're a conscious deceiver. Looks like he's an organic idiot. A lot of these people don't even know what they're doing. But anyway, symbolism in plain sight right there. So that's what I wanted to share with you guys today. Have a wonderful Christmas. I'm going to go have a good Christmas. And shoot, I hope there's some fireworks in the next few days. Let's hope, right? We'll see what comes of it all. So anyway, have a great time, guys. And my Lord, there's a lot of shills in these comments. Appreciate all you guys that aren't here to troll and just here to watch the information. Take care.